Alright, let's dive into something that's been blowing my mind lately, the SpaceX phenomenon. And no, I'm not just talking about rockets, though those are cool. I'm talking about the human stories, the money, and the massive implications behind it all. Here's the deal. SpaceX just went public, and it's created a wave of millionaires, not just the executives, but people on the production line. Let that sink in. A guy like Andre Lavoie, who joined in 2009 as an engineer, now has shares worth $23 million. That's not just a success story, it's a reminder of how early bets on disruptive companies can change lives. But here's what's really interesting. Lavoie isn't holding onto his shares. He's selling them, bit by bit. Why? Because, as he puts it, the value has been skyrocketing so fast it's messing with his life plans. Personally, I think this is a brilliant move. When you're sitting on that kind of windfall, taking profits off the table isn't just smart, it's necessary. You can't predict the future, especially in a market as volatile as this one. Now, let's zoom out for a second. SpaceX's IPO was the biggest in history, valuing the company at over $2 trillion. That's trillion with a T. But here's the kicker. The company is still posting massive losses. In the first half of the year, they lost $2 billion. So, why are investors pouring money in? In my opinion, it's because they're betting on the future, specifically Starlink. Elon Musk claims it could one day deliver the majority of the world's internet. If that happens, we're not just talking about a satellite company, we're talking about a global utility. But here's where it gets tricky. Analysts are split. Some say SpaceX is overvalued, tied too closely to Musk's brand and AI hype. Others, like Ron Epstein, argue that the market is missing the bigger picture. SpaceX isn't just an AI play, it's revolutionizing space travel, cutting costs from $20,000 per kilogram to $2,000. That's not just innovation, that's a paradigm shift. What makes this really interesting is the human element. Lavoie, for example, isn't just cashing out to retire on a beach. He's using his money to renovate a hotel and start a brewery in Italy, while also partnering with an environmental group to tackle air pollution. This isn't just about wealth, it's about impact. And that's what I find so fascinating about SpaceX. It's not just a company, it's a catalyst for change, both in space and here on Earth. But let's not forget the risks. Wall Street is worried about sky-high valuations for AI-linked firms, and SpaceX is right in the middle of that conversation. Personally, I think the real question isn't whether SpaceX is overvalued, but whether the market is ready for what it's building. If Starlink delivers on its promise, the current valuation might look like a bargain. But if it doesn't? Well, that's a lot of investor money on the line. One thing that immediately stands out is how much of this story revolves around Elon Musk. Love him or hate him, he's the driving force behind SpaceX. Lavoie even said Musk is very charming when he wants something. But here's the thing, is SpaceX's success tied to Musk's personality, or is it something bigger? In my opinion, it's both. Musk's vision is what got SpaceX off the ground, but the company's achievements, like building a railroad to space, are the result of thousands of people's hard work. If you take a step back and think about it, SpaceX's story is a microcosm of the tech industry's highs and lows, massive ambition, staggering wealth, and uncertain outcomes. It's a reminder that innovation isn't just about ideas, it's about execution, risk, and the people who make it happen. So, here's my closing thought. Whether you're an investor, an engineer, or just someone watching from the sidelines, SpaceX's journey forces us to ask, what's the price of the future? And are we ready to pay it? Let me know what you think in the comments below.